Hello everyone. Today we discuss about production and productivity in operation management part 2. Productivity as defined by Organization of European Economy Corporation, that is OEEC. Productivity is the ratio obtained by dividing output by one of the factors of production. Thus, it is possible to speak productivity of capital, labor, space, energy, and raw materials according to whether output is being considered in relation to capital, layout, space, energy, or raw materials respectively. So it is important to note that productivity is often a misunderstood term. Any specific value of productivity carries relevant meaning only when it is known that the productivity has been calculated to what respect. For example, the productivity of labor and the productivity of capital should not be directly compared. You only be explained these points later in this unit. So historically, productivity measures relate to the physical and technical aspects of the productive process. A formal organization was created to handle problems of specializations and departmentalizations and technical coordinations of jobs in an organization. Now, causes of low productivity. For evolving specific measures for improving productivity, it will help the management to analyze on continuing basis the causes of the low productivity and at the same time to keep abreast with the latest management and productivity techniques also. In the Indian context, the causes of low productivity have their origin in two distinct sources. The first category consists of the exogenous or external factors like the shortages of essential inputs, power, raw materials, transport facilities, etc., over which the management of an enterprise has little or no control. The second basket contains the, the endogenous or internal factors, mainly in the form of system deficiencies preventing the optimum utilization of resources. Now, since management has very little control on external factors and their adverse effect on productivity, the challenge before the Indian managers overcoming the internal causes of the low productivity. Now, the utility of increasing productivity. Constant endeavors should be made to increase the productivity. Higher productivity has manifold advantages. To the individual concerns, higher productivity means more wages directly to the pieces workers and more production bonus to all workers. It means satisfied staff and harmonious staff relations also. The factory earns more profit because of the production or because of the reduction in cost. The continuous higher productivity may induce the management to reduce selling prices so that sales and production may increase. Higher productivity in some concerns will enable less efficient firms to follow them for their own survivals. Higher profits earned by the factories will bring more revenue to the government by taxation. Export trades may develop, bringing more foreign exchange to the nation. Overall, higher productivity will raise an all round living standard of labor. So, what is productivity? What are the different types of productivity? What are the reasons of low productivity? Productivity management. What is productivity management? Now we discuss in brief, in details. Productivity management at the organizational level is a strategic issue with long term implications. It should be institutionalized as an ongoing and self sustaining process for the prosperity of the organization. A well known organization framework for productivity consists of the following elements that I described right now: goal and objectives. First of all, the goals and objectives of the organization, if strategically focused and well communicated, can provide clarity in deciding the operating plans. They provide cost reduction measures, productivity improvement targets, and improve the organizational process. Now, the second point is rewards and recognitions. Reward related to productivity enhancement and recognitions of successful individuals to terms encourage the employees and positively reinforced their behavior and actions. Third point is information. Information and the analysis of information helps to assess the division's progress relative to operating plans and to identify the specific areas for improvement. Employees' involvement. The next point. Employees' involvement in small group activities and in cross-functional terms provide opportunities to bring about improvement and influence on management decisions. Management attitude towards the well-being of employees, critical information sharing practices, open communication channels, and the organizational climate as a whole are vital to success. Now, the next point. The assets of an organization include employees, materials, equipment, and facilities also. To improve the effectiveness of the organization's assets, the typical issues include basic education skills, training, cost of quality, equipment, capability, utilization, and convert operating practices also. Leadership occupies the hub of the productivity wheel since it drives the order, it drives the other elements of the improvement cycle. Now, difference between productivity and production. Production and productivity are different terms and carries different meanings. It is not correct to assume that higher production will always lead to higher productivity or vice versa. Production is related to the efficient utilization of input resources into produced output in the form of value added goods or services. You can also say that production is related to the activity of producing goods or services. It is a process or a system of converting inputs into some useful value added outputs also. Production is therefore a measure of output produced. It does not emphasize on how well the input resources are utilized, whereas productivity is ratio of output produced to the input used. It focuses on how well the inputs resources is used for conversion of input into output. Now, uh, we discuss about the scope of productivity. You must have read that uh, the thrust of productivity movement is no longer confined to shop floor activities in the industry and extends even to rural and community department and has new focus areas like women and informal sector and local communities. So another significant dimension of productivity is sustainable development covering environmental issues, energy conversion, pollution prevention, cleaner production techniques, and concept of green productivity and green services, denoting environment friendly process, inputs, and products. Experience has shown that productivity of social system and services sector not only affect the productivity of industrial sector but also quality of life in a significant manner. Environment enhancement, unemployment, poverty, eradication, social justice, social welfare policies, education system, health system are some areas that engage our attention. So that's the end of the video, my friends. In the next episode, I will discuss about effect of productivity on society. So thanks again for watching my videos, and my humble request is if you like my blogs or videos, please subscribe my channel. I need your support. Thanks again. Have a good day.